Dronacharya awardees chess coach RB Ramesh is super proud of his students, their performances in the recently concluded chess Olympiad. RB Ramesh believes it is important to keep adding to the pool of chess players in India. He also feels that D. Gukesh is a favourite one for the World Chess Championship. Take a listen.
We have with us Dronacharya awardee chess coach Mr. RB Ramesh. Sir, many congratulations. 3 of your students were part of the team that won gold in the recently concluded chess Olympiad. What do you have to say about the performance of the Indian players and particularly your students?
Yeah, it's an amazing performance by both the open section and in the women's section. We won gold, and not just winning the gold, but the manner in which we won the gold was very special because it was a dominating performance in both the sections. In men's section, right from round 1 till the final round, we were dominating. And kudos to, especially to Gukesh, who gave one of the best ever performances in the top board in Chess Olympiad, and also for Arjun Ergesi. Both of them, they led from the front, and it was also a very good performance by Vidit Gujarati, scoring 7.5 out of 10. So, and the other 2 players, Pragyananda and Hari Krishna, they played an anchor role, and it was a very good collective performance led by both young players and seniors. And in the women's section, they were also leading right from the word go, but there was some small accident in the rounds 8 and 9. Where we had lost some games, and it looked a bit doubtful whether we'll be able to win the gold or not. But in the last couple of games, we defeated China, and it also won the final round and clinched the gold comfortably in both the sections. And coming back to my students, Pragyananda Vaishali did extremely well in the women's section. Prag, slightly it would have been better, but he was playing kind of a Rahul Dravid kind of role for the team, because on the other 2 boards we were scoring a lot of points. And Divya Deshmukh in the women's section, she was my former student when she was till about 3 years ago. And very happy to see that she was the best performer in the women's section.
And what do you have to say about the young crop of chess players in India? You know, if we see the teenagers, Gukesh, R. Pragyananda, Vantika, Divya, what do you have to say about them?
It is extremely important. This is what I have been insisting last 5 to 10 years, that we should not be relying too much on the senior players, because they have already contributed a lot for Indian chess for a couple of decades, at least each of those senior players. And it is time for the youngsters to shoulder the responsibility of taking things forward. And I'm glad to see both in men's section, like in men's section, we had 3 teenagers, Arjun, who just became 21, Gukesh and Prag in their late teens. So 3 teenagers almost in top 5. And in the women's section also, as you mentioned, Vantika and Divya. So they both have led from the front. It is usually the youngsters who have done very well in this Olympiad for India, I would say. And this is the main difference between the Indian team and the rest of the team. Most of the other teams, they have very strong players, but they are all quite old and past their prime or getting there. So we have a young team who are very ambitious, who feel they have a lot more to achieve in the future than in the past. So it's always better to have such hungry young players representing the country. Really happy that's happening in our nation.
And how do you see the changing and evolving chess scene in India? You know, suddenly there's this crop of young players. The talent pool is getting bigger and bigger by the day. What are the reasons, according to you?
I think if you take players like Divya Deshmukh, Pragyananda, Gukesh, they are all probably born around 2005 roundabout. So it's not like something suddenly happened, but I would say as like the effort, the process that started around that period, 2004-5, they were all born around that time. So in the last 15 years, whatever effort has gone back in grooming these young children, that is paying the rich dividends, I would say. And it is also especially important that we should not be relying only on this young crop, because they'll be young only for another 10-15 years. After that, they will also be in mid or late 30s. So we should not be banking too much on any one or few players. So we should keep the system well-oiled so that more and more young players keep coming to the top.
And how do you look at the chances of D. Gukesh in the World Chess Championship?
Yeah, I think everyone knows that Gukesh is the hot favorite now. He has just given one of the best ever performances in Chess Olympiad, and he also won the candidates quite convincingly a few months ago. And also on the other side, we have Ding Liren, who is the current world champion from China, but his form has been steadily on the decline. And from India number 2 or 3, world number 2 or 3, he has now slipped to around world number 23. So it's going to be like 3 versus 23 in the world, fighting for the world title. So at least on paper, it's Gukesh is the clear favorite by going by the current form. And also Gukesh is, if he wins, he will be the youngest ever world champion. That will be another world record, which is probably extremely difficult for anyone else to break that record in the future. So best wishes to Gukesh, and I'm sure he will win the world championship convincingly.
Thank you so much, sir, for talking to us. And as you said, we also hope that D. Gukesh goes on to win that World Chess Championship. Thank you.
Thank you.